Hello guys, good morning and welcome back. Previously we got ourselves up to this point where we were able to add different colors to our to our note cards, and we were able to do it because we created some CSS color plates, and we also add those classes as a data to each of the node field. So, and when we echo that as the class of this card, the card was able to pick the yellow exactly. So in this tutorial we are going to learn how we will be able to to select a color while we are adding a node. For example, something like this. When you click here, anytime you click this color, the color will automatically come. So that's exactly what we are coming to learn. I've bulleted it, add note with different colors. That is what this tutorial is all about. First thing we are going to do is we are going to add the colored buttons. The colored buttons I'm talking about is these small colors. They are actually buttons. And once we have done that, we add BT and toggle colored buttons. So this button will be able to toggle all these colored buttons, okay? And once we achieve that, we move to this one that says render hidden note / add page. So there is a hidden add page here that we are not able to see, but when we click on these guys, something like this, it triggers that note or that add page, and it gives that note add page background to be red and trigger the submit button. That's actually what's going on. And once we are done with this, then we go ahead and create JavaScript function to post notes. All right, we don't have to create this JavaScript function, because if I start doing it, it might take you away from the goal. So we are going to use PHP default stuff, but we are going to be doing it in a tricky way, and even the tricky way too is also brilliant and smart. I believe you guys will like it. So without further ado, let us get started. First thing, we say we want to add colored buttons. So this thing is the first thing we want to add. So this is where we are. As you can see, when we click our own, it just takes us to modal page. All right, so we are going to take that thing off. We go to our notes, go to this list page, open it up. So this button is going away. That's exactly what it means. But before we take it away, let's first of all create a custom view. All right, as like this, I'm going to zoom it for everybody to see. So I believe at this point you can see it. I'm going to type class here, and I'm going to call this thing code 12. Then inside here, I'm going to call div, then class, div flex. Or I can what can I do? I can say color. I can call it color holder, and inside this color holders, I can now add some CL, BG, or CL class. Okay, and remember the colors we've created. All right, we created primary color. Okay, primary and primary color. We created another one called success. That is the green color. Okay, the green color. Or let's start first of all yellow before the green color, so that the colors will be a bit mixed. Then the success one, success, and followed by danger. All right, danger. All right, you might be expecting something miracle and kind of wow, what are we going to see right now? Well, we are not going to see anything. It has finished loading, nothing has shown up here, so it's up to us to style it. And the skeletons are there, even though we are not seeing it, but it's left for us to style it. The first thing we want to do is all these CL things, we want to make them the display to be block. So if you took part of the video I posted on basic tutorial, the name of that particular lesson is custom CSS, and I posted it with custom and JS, as in custom JavaScript with PHPRad. You notice that I explained where you can have your CSS styles and where you can have your JavaScript styles and how they work, the advantages you are going to take when you post a CSS style, when you write a CSS code here, and the advantage you are going to have when you make it over here. And those I also go down to explain the disadvantages, and those I also showed how you can render a style sheet directly into any page and it will take effect on that particular page. But that's not what we are coming to do here, so let's go straight with what we want to do for the day. So I'm going to copy this thing, I'm going to style it, I'm going to paste it here. Is a class though, so it's located inside the class, so I have to start it with a dot and open it up, and let's start styling. I want the display of this thing to be flex. When you make the display to be flex, that means you can be able to use some properties like justify content, and you can make the justify content to be center, okay, and you can make align items to be center at the same time. But we want the flex direction we want the flex direction to be column, and that is it for now. Then once we have done that, we can now come down here. Let's mute this. Let me mute this, only this. The rest of it will become useless. So let me style this guy. Once I'm done styling these guys, then I can go further and enable this so that you see the effect is going to take. So first of all, let's take the tag. This is a tag. CL is a tag. Is located immediately after this. So we are going to pick this CL and we are going to style it. So because it's a tag, we don't need something like dot at the back of it or something like hash at the back of it. When you put hash, it means it's an ID, okay, but we don't, it's not any of it, it's just a tag. So we just open it up like this, and we want the display of this one display to be block, okay. Once you give it a display type, once you give a value or something a display type, it makes the tag to be able to pick height, and I'll give the height to be 30 pixels, and also it makes it able to pick width at the same time, okay, 30 pixels. We are going to give it border radius at the same and the border radius we want to give is of course 50 pixels, or you can make it 50%. And the background, I'm going to give all of them a general background, okay, so that we can see it for the main time is black, okay. And let's try to merging bottom will be 20 pixels, and we say okay, we preview it. As you can see, those colors are there, and with that big margins we've given them. All right, so margin top as well, or we can give the parent the margin top, okay. This is the parent of this guy, we can give it a margin top. Let's come here and say margin top, and we give it 20 pixels, and these guys we will give them 10 or 12 pixels. All right, we preview it. So you can see it has given it a margin top of 20 pixels, and each of these guys have margin of 10 pixels. All right, at this point, is there a need for us to still use code 12 justify content center? I think I think we don't need to do that, because it's cool. If you ask me, it's cool. All right, so let me enable it and see what we are going to have. All right, it kind of moves it a bit. All right, if you notice something, it moves it a bit closer. So the next thing again I want to do here is that since we are not going to use this button, we are going to take it off, okay. And when we take it off, we're going to have something like this. You don't have to worry yourself about it, by the way. So we come over here, this code 12 is having effect on what we did, so I'm going to make it padding of 0, and I'm going to come inside here and add what we call button. And this button, or you can even add a something like CL class, and this CL class we can no, okay, let me show you CL class. Remember, there is a class we created when we are working here. We call it add btn. So I'm going to use that add btn, and I'm going to put an icon I class icon plus and inside this icon plus I can say something like btn, so that it's going to pick the properties of btn, then we'll preview it. Wow, so we get it the way we want it. Alright, so what are the next thing we may like to do now? When you look at this thing, you notice that the spacing on top is so much, so we can just take away this merging top and we preview it, so it goes a bit up, and that is it for now. We are going to save this thing, and let's come to our Chrome, and this is our own refresh it type note here, and boom. Okay, we are getting somewhere close to what we have here. Okay, we are getting close, but the difference is I just typed plus here, but here I'm using an icon, and again the sizes here is a bit small with enough spacing, and we have a lot of colors, of which you can do that. I believe you can equally do that. So these are the colors we created. As you can see it, the yellow colors, you can see it, the danger colors, you can see the primary colors, as you can see it. So we can go on and create more colors, like this guy color. We can inspect it. I think I like the color. We can inspect it and pick that color. This is the color code. Okay, we can just copy this color code, close this thing, come over here, go to our CSS. Instead of having a danger, we copy this thing, V. We call this thing what color? Brown. It's not brown though, but I'm going to call it brown. And the background color is this. I'm not the one. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm not the one coding it. I'm going to use just this color code direct, and black. The text should be black, so brown. Alright, so we come down here. Our things must be distorted, so I want to restore what I've spoiled. Okay, I've restored it. Come over here, okay, and just copy this thing, copy V, and call it brown, just like that. So you can get that brown color, and from my own side, I like it, but it's more like we need more spacing. Okay, instead of making it 12, we are going to make it 18, and this one we are going to make it 25, the height and width, so that they will be a bit small. And once we are done with that, we move to the next thing. Okay, they are looking nice. I think they are looking nice. We can come over here. This thing we make it height. The height is kind of much for me. Let's make it 50. Move up here, make it 50. Alright, let's preview it. Okay, it's getting smaller. Then the icon we placed inside there, we can take away this icon. Where is the icon? We can take away this icon here, and we can just type plus. Since there is just a plus, let's make it a single line of code, just like that, and we preview it. Okay, you can see the plus sign, but we want the font of this thing to be kind of big. Font size, btn, add btn. We can make the font size to be 20 pixels, so that is going to be a bit big. Okay, big enough. Okay, it's coming that big. Oh, okay, I think at this point we we've gotten somewhere. So let's go back to Chrome. I'm sorry for that. Let's go back to Chrome, and over here inside Chrome, over here inside Chrome, we've added this color btn, and the next step we are going to take is to make the add button, as in this one, to be able to toggle the colored btn. So this one should be able to be to toggle this like this, where you can click it, shows it, or shows it off. So to achieve that, we need JavaScript right now. All right, we need some level of JavaScript, but you don't have to worry yourself about it, because I'm here to do it. We are here to do it together. All right, so this is the guy we are going to add the JavaScript function. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to add this thing. I'm going to say on click, as in when you click it, when you click this thing, I want you to do add btn as a function. Okay, and this add btn is going to be a toggle, or you can even call it toggle. All right, you can even call it toggle, but to be able to achieve that, we need to put something here, and that thing is going to be cl btn, so that we can toggle anything with this class, with the class of cl. All right, so you can even decide to pass a value here, but since this is a single application, we are not going to use it multiple times. So let's just go straight and create a simple JavaScript function. So now we are going to create this function, and the function is going to be this thing. Okay, so this is going to be our function. Remember, that is what we said on click, do the function. We are going to open it up, and we are going to say that this function, when you click it, this is the function is going to do. It's going to check for everything with this class clbtn. Is going to check for them, and once it's done checking for them, what next should it do? It click dot, and we start typing what next to do with whatever inside here. So we want it to toggle class toggle, or we can say just toggle like this. And do we need to do any other thing? I bet you we don't need to do any other thing. That is it. So we click it, preview it like this, and when we click this, as you can see, it toggles it. Click it, it shows it. Click it, it hide it. Click it, it shows it. Now what are the next thing we want to do? When we view our note, maybe we don't want to have this thing immediately. Maybe we want to hide it for some time. All right, so to achieve that, this is what you can do. You can target this class like this, clbt, and you can target it and move down here, say .v, and you can set the display to be none. All right, and you preview it. Now you won't see it, but when you click this guy, it's going to show it, and when you click it, it's going to hide it away from us. Now we have achieved another thing again. I think we're a bit faster, and I love that because I don't have time to waste. So we've achieved this add btn toggle colored buttons. So the next thing we want to do again is to render this guy that says render hidden note / add page. So let's focus on note add page. All right, note / add page. Let's focus on it, and to have it in our project here, we can decide to put it here, or we can decide to put it here, but for my own reason, I would like to put it somewhere here. All right, so I'm going to highlight this thing. I'm going to move down to notes. Over here we have notes. Under sub pages you have your note, and you locate note / ads. All right, so I'm going to double click it, and as you can see, it has come over here, but I want it to be on top like this, so you can have it note / add. So we've added it. As you can see, it is here. Boom, that's wonderful. So what are the next thing we want to do? So we've gotten the note / add page. Now we have rendered it actually, but we want to hide it. All right, but before we hide it, we want to show a property about it, and that property is the background. All right, so on this note add over here, background, we don't have to hide it again. We can just simply make it we can simply make it the text it is and make it read only and preview it. Alright, so you can see it now. The background colors have come. Now we can decide to hide it. To hide it, all you need to do is come over to wrapper class and type D none. That means display to be none. And as you can see, it's off, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's there, just that you won't be able to see it. Alright, so you can preview it. Let's check off this header, make it off, preview it again. Is there. So the next thing we want to do, we've achieved this. Now let's create JS function to post notes. So this JavaScript function, what it does is when you click on this button, it's going to add something like this. It's going to add something like new note like this, and it's going to select the color you chose here. If it's blue, it's going to render blue text. It's going to type success for us, like primary. Okay, and once it's done with it, it's going to click submit for us. So you click this button, 3 actions happened. The first action takes place here, the second action takes place here, the final action, just click submit button and immediately it will come down for us. That is beautiful, if you ask me. Why are we getting double things? Why double? Okay, so I'm going to remove this guy. Why are we getting all this? Okay, I'm going to take this guy up, come over here. We are not able to. Okay, good, remove it. Take this guy up again. Okay, refresh it. Okay, what is going on? Alright, so we have our note here. Preview it. Alright, it's now inside here. That is a mess. So we want to bring it down over here. Preview it again. It's there. Okay. Alright, so back to what I said earlier on. I said that we are coming to create some JavaScript function, and I've explained what that one is coming to do. So let's start doing it. Now we are going to give on click function again to this class, to these guys. All right, and it's going to be simple. You don't have to worry yourself about it. I've copied it and I've pasted it here, just like that. Let's make this thing a bit big. But now we are not going to call it add btn. We are going to call it something different. So to differentiate it from the functions we have already created, we are going to call it add note, just like that. I think the names are sweet. And note, we want to add something unique inside it, which is the color, which this one is primary. Okay, just like that. And I don't want it to break. I just want to maintain something straight. Alright, so that is it. So we can copy this guy, copy, come down here, paste it, come down here as well, paste it, come down here as well, paste it, this one as well, paste it. Now over here we are going to make it brown, so that it's going to suit with what the client chose. And inside here we are going to make it danger, and over here success, we are going to make it success, and over here yellow, we are going to make it yellow. Now there are alternatives for you. Maybe you want to check, sometimes you want to give this guy an ID of something, or probably you want to give it another tag value so that you can use that tag to hide them. And you can create this function, and you don't need to type this thing inside it, but inside your function, when you are writing it, you need to let the function to cross check the value of this holder. So it's a whole lot of JavaScript, but we are doing it the simple way so that everybody will cope. Okay, I know we have a lot of good developers here who are also, just looking around to see what I'm doing, but mind you that we have basic learners, people who are just learning, and this tutorial is for them. All right, so let's start coding some function again. So I will type function like this, and I'll say add note. Mind you that JavaScript is case sensitive. All right, so you make sure that is exactly the format. Most of the time developers just do copy and paste just to avoid mistakes. And inside here there is a value inside this bracket. So there is a value, we will call that value n, or we can call it x. Okay, if you remember in primary school or secondary school, they used to write some equation and they'll ask you to find x. That's very funny. We are not going to find any x here, but we are going to use this x to perform some actions. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to just click alert x. Let's check if our code is truly working, and we preview it. Open this guy, click it. Primary, that's wonderful. Click this one. Yellow, that's wonderful. Click this one. Success, that's wonderful. Click this one. Danger, that's wonderful. Click this one. Danger again. What about this one? Brown. Alright, so now our function is ready. Now let's use this function to post something here. Okay, so we don't need to alert anything again. We want to target something. We want to target in PHPRad. ID start with control, so we want to target dot value val, and we want to put the value to the x, as in the whatever we get here. We want to target control. We want to target hash control according to PHP, followed by the field name, which is background like this, and we want to pass the value of that field to the x. Just like that, we close it and let's view. So by default it's having success. So let's open this one, click on danger. As you can see, it has made it primary. Click on yellow, it makes it yellow. Click on green, makes it success. Alright, so the next thing again is we want to give a value to this one as well. We want to give the value to be new note. Alright, new yellow note. Can we achieve that long sentence? Yeah, we can. So copy this guy, v, let's make it in order. The name of this one is note. Am I correct? Let's check if I'm correct. Let's check if I'm correct. I don't know. Well, let's continue. If I'm not correct, we'll find what to do. And we want to pass the value to be new plus this plus note. Alright, so let's save it, preview it, and now look at what happened when we click this. It says new primary note, new yellow note, new success note. Alright, so that is beautiful, I guess. And after that, we want to now trigger this button action. And can we achieve that then? Yes, we can achieve it. Let's see how we can achieve it. We are going to do what we call trigger. Okay, we are going to call trigger, and we are going to decide what we want to trigger. For my own case, we want to trigger a click function. Just it's more of go and click it, and what we want to trigger is located inside a form, and inside btn holder or something, and something called button like this. But I'm not sure of all these things, so to be accurate with it, we can just give a class here, class wrapper. We can call it notepad like this. So notepad, we highlight all this, copy it, and we come to our JavaScript and we move down here and we say just go and trigger this, any button inside notepad. Any button inside notepad, just trigger it, and the action we want you to trigger is a click action. Alright, so let's go and view it, and you will see what's going to happen. We come over here, we just click this. As you can see, it triggers it immediately, and that has come. It says new primary note. We can click this one. As you can see, new brown note. We can click this one. As you can see, new danger note. Alright, that's beautiful, but at this point we can just go forward and hide this guy. Alright, you can decide to take it off and just add it wherever you want. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are going to, after all, type D none, and nobody is going to see it. It's off, but your notes are there working perfectly. Just beautiful, very nice. I love that. It looks cool. Okay, what do you have to say about this project? And guys, I'll catch you in the next video tutorial. So save this project, don't forget to save your project, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, because even though we have gotten our note looks beautiful, but why are we not getting brown color here? Why are we not getting brown color here? Let's inspect this, clear our caches, or clear caches, kind of hard reload. Now we are getting it. Inspect it again, close the inspect panel, and we get our brown colors. So guys, I want to say thank you. As you can see these functions there, I want to say thank you guys for your time, and we'll do it again in our next video tutorial. Right, that's